everyone, hey, and welcome back to yet another episode of Battle Rap Resume, and we're welcoming back Blunt Ted to the show. Ted, how's it going?
Yeah, man, not too bad. How's yourself?
I'm good, and I think to a certain extent, I don't appreciate how bad, in some circles, the last couple of months, weeks have been for battle rap events. So there's been 4 events in a row, and I know it's nothing new to battle rap, no showing to battle rap, blah blah blah, but the last 4 events have been markedly scarred by no-shows.
Yeah, it's been crazy, man. I think there's like Premier Battles, they've not really been hurt too much by it. They've got like a different structure going to kind of the rest of the scene. So kind of not really like talking about Premier Battles too much, but we've got Gift of the Gab yesterday, Grassroots yesterday, Don't Flop, I think it was like 2 weeks ago, and then there was Code Red, that was like a week ago, 2 weeks ago. And all 4 of them have just had major problems. We'd have ended up yesterday with, I think, 1 battle that was a bit ropey. Jeez. So we just decided to cancel it just to save like people messing about. But yeah, the other events, like 2 battles going down. There's been roughly like 7 cancellations on each event. That's just crazy, man.
Yeah, I've been vigilant, really, because obviously we've got the Battle Rap Resume event coming up, and I've been checking,
Yeah.
Are you guys going to fuck me over? Like, it's the spirit of the season.
Yeah, man, you got to just like put faith into a minute that they'll turn up. But at the minute, it's hard to like have that faith. Like as it's last week's approach, just seeing like all these battles getting cancelled all over the place. I'm just thinking like, what the fuck is it? Like, what is the reason for it, man? I've seen a few ideas getting thrown around on the forum. Some saying, I think what's his name? I can't remember his name. Ginger here looks like he's Scottish.
Right. Okay.
What's his name? We're supposed to battle her recently.
Oh, Jay Short.
Jay Short, him, yeah. He said something, like Premier Battles, they obviously, they treat the artists like they're artists. They turn up, they're looked after and everything, and, it's not like that over events. But I don't think it's solely just that, man. Like, if people want to do battles, then they're going to book battles and they're going to turn up. If they don't want to do them, like, the only reason I can see is egos. I think people just like to see the names on cards, but don't actually want to put the work in and come and do the battle.
Yeah.
Obviously there's in amongst that, there's like a lot of people that have got genuine reasons. So I'm not saying all of it's a fuckery, but because of all the fuckeries that's going on, it's hard to differentiate between which ones are genuine and which one aren't. So it's just gone crazy, man.
Yeah, it's funny you point that out, because when I was looking at the recent Gift of the Gab update thread, and someone commented, I think Templar was there in the building, and someone was like, well, Templar Server versus Raptors not going to go down. They just sense that. And, I felt the same way as too. And it's sad that, certain things have reputations, don't they? It's like, you should be judging, you should be excited for the right, you shouldn't be expecting it not to happen.
Yeah, man. That's how it is, isn't it? It's kind of people just fully expecting battles to not go down anymore. Yeah. All this last week, I've been saying to Mike, like, all right, what's happening with this battle? Are they still coming? Are they still coming? And it's like, yeah, everyone's still coming, but last few days it just got stupid, man. Fucking just big cancellations from everybody, pretty much, like most people.
And
left it too late to rebook like anything else.
I can only imagine. It's terrible, especially with yourself and Grassroots. And we'll get to that, because I do want to explore that a bit further. Just before we do, follow the show at Battle Rap Resume. What do you think about this? Get at me, Battle Rap Resume. Do you want to come? We are live streaming this as we do most things, so subscribe to the channel. Anyone in the chat, if you've got any questions for me and Ted, or just what are your opinions on things we're saying, we'll get to them shortly. So yeah, you. Was this your card, the Grassroots card, that effectively had... How many battles was it and eventually became 1?
I think altogether, there was like 9 battles on the card.
So 8 cancellations, 8?
Yeah, there was like 8, and it kind of came down to the last one, which was... We would have still put it on if it was going to be 2 battles. It was going to be Max Sherry versus Maisie. I think Brilliant. Max Sherry's transport fucked up on the day or the day before or something. He was offered like a free train ticket, but he just didn't read the message. So, obviously that was a flop. But it's things like this, It's like, if there's a free train ticket there's not really much excuse, man. And there's people at Gift of the Gab that live kind of like in that area, and they've still not turned up, man. I've been at a Clash Money event where I've seen both battlers at the event, and one guy's still been no-showed by the other guy. In fact, it was the cameraman. The cameraman no-showed one of the other guys. It was just, it's mental, man. But it's just a pandemic at the minute. It's happening all across the board. And because more and more people are doing it, more and more people think it's acceptable. They think, oh, fuck it, Joe Bloggs did it last week, so, you know, I can do it this week. Nobody's going to bat an eyelid. But it's just killing the scene off. It's absolutely destroying it at the minute.
Yeah. And the whole Premier Battle structure, as you say, isn't vulnerable to this. You know, it's fortified itself against this with the way they designed the thing. Yeah. You know, and I love that they've done that, and it's great to see that, and the way they treat the battlers as well. That respect is a bit of a commodity. Like, Ted, I think it's going to get to the extent, maybe in a year, 2 years, it will be a big deal if a card is a full card and there's no shows.
Oh, mate, I can't see that happening for a while, man.
Yeah.
I literally can't see that happening for a while. There's just always going to be no shows now. It's just, unless something's done. But, you know, in reality, there's a few ideas being thrown around on what to do about it. But it's hard to do anything. Like, you know, some people have said a list of battlers.
Yeah. Some people in the chat talking about the blacklist, right?
Yeah, the blacklist. But it's you know, it's a hard one to like put together that because of different reasons, and you know, how can you validate somebody's reason? You know, I could ring up and say, you know, the guinea pig died, and I've got to take it to the morticians for if that's what you do with guinea pigs. I don't know, but I could say that. But in reality, I could just not be asked to turn up to the battle. So, like, how can you validate that, and how can you, you know, it just seems a bit of a weird one. And then I think another idea, somebody said, like, it's quite funny actually, the Battle Rap Council. Like, I mean, like, how the fuck is
this
that
church of high elders of battle rap? What is...
Like, it's insane, man.
Who would
like,
be there? Is it like,
you know,
Danny Jack and like Ambi and like
Danny Jack? Yeah, Danny. It'd have to be like, it'd be Danny Jack. Like, I think, I think all the I think Brother X Hale,
UN of battle rap.
He should run it. Yeah, man. But then it would just turn crazy, wouldn't it? Because it'd just be leagues arguing amongst themselves. It'd just turn to war. So, you know, that can't really be done. I think the only logical thing is just communication between leagues. You know, if somebody is known to be a bit ropey, I think in everybody's head, everybody knows already, all right, you know, I can't really trust them so much. And then it's up to the individual leagues. If they want to book them, you know, it's hurting their own brand, you know. And then other leagues who are more tight on it, you know, they're obviously going to do better from it because they're not going to have battles that are going to flop all the time. But
does it make you angry, this situation?
Yeah, yesterday I was fuming yesterday, man. I was fuming yesterday. Like all the cancellations, but then I got a text from Magic Mike and he was like, oh, the gift of the gab cards looking a bit ropey as well. I think there's only 2 battles happened on that. And yeah, I was fuming, mate.
Yeah,
that's why I messaged like, right, got to get me on, man. I need to fucking talk about this.
Name names, man.
Name names. It's just so I can't talk for other leagues. Like I can only really talk for Grassroots.
Name the 8. Name them.
Name them. Right.
You know what I mean? It's just like, come on, guys. Like yeah. You know, shout out Lil Maisie holding.
I'll tell
you,
like. Yeah, like Lil Maisie surprised me, to be honest, because like he's no shoulders when he was gonna come and film, like just disappeared off the radar. But then he said he tried to make it up. He was gonna come back and do a battle versus Mac Sherry, and in the end, like Lil Maisie was kind of the last one there that was willing to come down. You know, and Mac had just fell off the radar completely. But I felt like he was a bit ropey anyway, Mac. You know, he does no show quite a lot. He'll go out on the piss the night before, wake up the next morning, miss a train, and you know, generally not make it. But you know, I think he's got a new missus now, so I don't know if he's allowed out or not.
Shawnee B asking, why do certain people get more shit for no showing than others?
Because it's a popularity contest, isn't it? UK battle rap, like. I
mean, a lot of people point out Raptor, for example.
Yeah, I knew that was coming, man. Like, that was obviously what people would get, or Shawnee B was getting at, was the Raptor situation. And you know what? I think Raptor's put the work in the past, and like,
yeah, he is a legend. Like, yeah.
But I do think that he needs to be. I don't know about point, but I think Briggsy needs to like take him to one side, which he probably already has done. But he's only doing it on other leagues. He's not doing it on Premier, so. you know, he's turning up for that. And to be honest, I think he's actually been putting in some work for Premier Battles. I've been enjoying his battles recently. So, you know, he's been doing a little bit better. But yeah, then there's other battlers that will do it. And like Yunnan, for example. And because he's just made a dickhead of himself in the past online, people are just less tolerant for him. You know, it's as simple as that. It's a popularity contest, man. It shouldn't be like that. It should be one rule across the board. And I think with all this drama that's gone off this last couple of days or this last couple of weeks, I think that's fully in everyone's mind now. Like, I'm not going to start with Grassroots giving battles to just if I'm mates with them, but they've no-showed a few times. Like, I don't think the friends thing should be relevant in that situation. If they've no-showed, they've no-showed a few times. Yeah. There's been no good reason for it, and you know, it's got to be something's got to be done about it, man.
There needs to be a landmark moment. There needs to be a big battler being banned from battling for no-showing. That needs to happen, and then I guess the rest will happen. I'm not saying it's a good or bad thing, but if that's what people want, someone needs to have the actual balls to not just virtue signal, you know, but to actually do it. And again, I don't know if I actually want it to happen. I think people have taken it a little too seriously in the Battle Rap Resume editorial opinion, but still, it's very intriguing. And people are, do you know, I think there was a statement made this year, like with Premier Battles again. This is why, you know, they're doing things correct there. The Tony D situation, you know, they didn't think he was pulling his weight. So that's true, actually. The Tony situation, yeah.
You know, so Premier, in my opinion, they're the only league out there right now that's doing it correct. You know, like Briggsy, he's smashing it. Shotty, I'm not sure how much involvement he's got with the running day to day, but I mean, whatever they're doing over there, man, it's working.
Oh,
you know, they're in such a situation where if somebody cancels, like don't get me wrong, they've had a lot of cancellations as well, but because they've got like substitutes and things, they replace them quickly, and nobody notices. You know, so there's no drama at the events. To get a full card, sick battles. You know, battlers are happy, the vibe's sick. Like, they're just smashing it over there, man. You know, but I think people are like, other leagues are scared of this whole, we don't want to buy ideas from other leagues and stuff. But really, I think the other leagues should look at what Premier are doing. Maybe not. I'm not saying do a league-based thing, but I think they should look at the way that they're doing things, like professionally, that side of things.
Yeah.
And just to adopt those methods.
You know? Sam Lambard in the chat asking for you to give him a shout out.
Sam, yo, what's good, Sam? How's it go? Do you know what? I need to apologise to Scam as well. Like, right. Scam rang me when I was going through all this drama for a minute ago with Skype, and I had to just like put the phone down. And so yeah, sorry, Scam, man. I won't be rude or nothing, but in fact, he just interrupted the download completely, man, and I had to start again. So I just took the phone.
Yeah, shout out Scam, definitely. But it was, yeah, it's hard to see really, and especially when you see like at Gab, you know, supposedly Mackenzie and Baylor had great performances as well.
Yeah, it was you know, like the people that actually turn up, they are actually like hold it down, they're doing well.
So like in terms of like battling for yourself, and as I'm so far aware, you're sort of in a little bit of a crescendo mode, perhaps not going to be battling as much, but you know, it's been a little while since we had you on the show and sort of caught up on this sort of stuff. The Joy France battle
Joy France.
I so looked forward to that battle, which was released in February this year, 2018. Joy France, I first met on the Manchester spoken word poetry scene when I used to do a little bit of that in like 2013, 2014. She was great then, she's great now, so it was very exciting for me to see these two worlds collide. And this battle, I think, should have went bigger. It's entertaining.
I thought it was gonna, to be honest, but you know, I'm happy with what it's done. Like, I'm happy with the views. I think the people that watched it are people that are into battle rap, so you know, I'm happy with that one. But it was an insane battle, though.
Fair to say the crowd, you know, can be a blessing and a curse.
To be honest, I quite enjoyed the crowd. Like, I didn't even really mind Raptor too much. Like, a lot of people moaned with the whole dickhead thing, but you know, it was just part of it, man. I think it added to the atmosphere a little bit.
I mean, but, Joy France as an opponent for you as well. It's something entirely new.
Yeah, it was. She's a proper poet. She's also, she's not the standard battle rapper. She's a little bit older.
She's on
So it was,
nationwide
yeah.
adverts.
Yeah, do you know what? At the time, I didn't even realize it was like that big either.
Yeah.
Until I went to a cash machine one day, and I just saw her face there.
Yeah.
That was a bit of a shock. I wasn't really expecting that one.
How was the battle for you?
It was a strange experience. Like, I turned up that day, and I didn't really realize how big it was going to be. There wasn't too many people there, but then all of a sudden, when the battle started, all these extra people turned up. So I think what she'd done when she was on her way down there, she'd be going into like all the pubs on the way and just telling people that she was doing a rap battle. So yeah, all these like extra people just turned up. So the atmosphere was a little bit crazy for about half an hour, and then it just quietened off again.
Coventry, right?
Coventry, yeah, absolute shithole.
It is a shithole. I grew up in sort of Birmingham way, so I've been there a few times. My friend's girlfriend used to live there, and like I'd sort of visit him a few times. And yeah, it's an awful place. And I think it looks quite sharp though for a Ronald's vid.
Yeah, to be honest, I think because it was done with a double angle. I think it was the only battle that day that actually got done with a double angle. Because I think that was, Joy France, she turned up with like her own camera people. That battle was filmed for a documentary that's going to be on, I don't know if it's TV or Sky or some mad channel somewhere, but I think that's out next year. So, yeah, she had like two angles, 3 angles or something.
Okay.
So, yeah, it looked a bit good. The only thing that I think kind of spoils it a bit is the writing at the bottom.
Yeah.
That's a little bit annoying.
Not too bad. Yeah, but it's a little bit, jarring. Dragon Music Layer on the chat saying, does Ted think Don't Flop's return has caused battlers to become more divided and in turn shun lesser leagues for a Don't Flop slot?
No, I don't think so. No. I think the way battle rap is at the minute, I think everyone's just kind of battling everywhere, so I say everyone's booking battles everywhere. No one's turning up to the fuckers, but yeah, everyone's booking them all over the place. I don't think Don't Flop's thrown too much of a spanner in. I thought at first it would, but it didn't really turn out that way. I think they've got like 80 battles or something stupid on the next card.
Yeah, they got a lot. Yeah, but
I'm actually on that one myself as well.
You're battling on that?
Yeah, I'm battling on that as well.
Blunt Ted on Don't Flop?
Yep.
Wow.
Mate, the whole world's like falling apart, man. Like,
I don't know what to believe anymore. I literally don't know if this table is in front of me. If fucking you are on that, like, I can't really remember exactly what, but I remember you don't really get on with Don't Flop, or is that wrong?
No, do you know what? If you listen back to like all the battle rap resumes that I've done, on every one of them, kind of like Don't Flop's brought up, and I don't think I've ever once like really slagged them off.
Probably not. I don't. Maybe I'm misremembering.
I did them a lot. No, I did kind of troll them a lot back in the day, but it was just it's just banter stuff, man.
Devious Graphics asks,
did block me for.
Oh right.
I think good 2 years now. They still got me blocked.
Yeah, but I mean, he's got a lot of people blocked. Like he probably just forgot.
I never get back on Viewpoint. I don't think. I think that is what it's been on with.
Sam Lombard calling you a real dude, Ted, which is good to see. And Stan Greyjoy saying fuck Koolez. Lots of Ted questions for Cripple Sunday 1. Just want to get to one of those and answer this as in depth or as quickly as you like. They ask, what does Ted think about Brexit?
What does Ted think about Brexit?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Mate, do you know what? It was like we never should have gone for Brexit in the first place.
Right.
And I think now they're starting to realise this, so they're dragging. Well, we've got 7 months until we've got to get the fuck out, basically, and we are nowhere near. So it's just a massive mess.
We'll get back to battling. Shawnee B saying, how many times has Ted actually been no-showed?
Not that much. I think like 2 or 3 times.
Wasn't when we met actually at that Birmingham event? Weren't you no-showed by P Soldier?
P Soldier, yeah.
Damn.
I think that's like the second time I've been no-showed. I've had a couple of like battles cancelled beforehand, but like in terms of actual no-show, I think that, in fact, that's my first one. P Soldier. Probably it'll happen at Don't Flop because I've got Immoral. The guy that had what are they called? Public welfare.
Shout out Immoral, love Immoral, man. Liam, right?
Liam, yeah.
No, yeah, Moral's been on the show, man. He's a good dude, man. Got a lot of time for a Moral, so that would be a cool battle, actually.
It's actually a good matchup, to be honest, because I've spoke to him for about 4 years.
Yeah. Are you gonna ruin his life?
Each other.
What are you gonna do?
Am I gonna ruin his life? Oh, he's already ruined his own life, hasn't he, man?
There we
he
go.
Ruined it. The moment he let Luigiano come in and muscle him out of his own league, he ruined his own shit, man.
He was strong-armed by Luigiano. Yeah, it was.
Man.
Incredible. But,
Luigiano threatened to cook him in one of his broths. Luigiano would fully eat him, man. He's a fat
Have you battled Luigiano?
Mate, he's been ducking for a long time, man.
Legend.
He will not battle me.
Shout out one of the least viewed Battle Resume episodes, the Luigiano episode. But everyone go listen to that episode. That was a pretty fun one.
Everyone go and watch his battle with Innuendo. Everybody, as soon as this
the battle of Innuendo, where Innuendo laughs at him during his pass.
Oh, mate, absolutely fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
And I'm sure he does a defeat bar as well.
Yeah,
but
he
in
does.
all seriousness, wasn't even like trying to be ironic. He just generally did a defeat bar. Amazing.
Yeah, he did. I think he had a Stone Cold Stunner in there, and he talked about like running this town and stuff. And he, I don't know.
Oh, it was so corny, man.
Yeah. But Luigiano. Anyway, we'll go. George Mann asks in the live, do you think if battlers got paid proper, they would be less likely to no-show? Also, if battles were judged with a pay bonus for the winner, would they be more likely to properly prep?
Yeah, 100%, man. This is like, I don't know if anybody can remember back to, I think it was one of the cards that didn't end up happening for Grassroots, but if you look at the flyer, one thing that we tried to do was we were going to take, I think it was like £3 at the door, £4 at the door. But then we were going to take 100% of what we took at the door and split. There was 10 battles on the card, so we're going to split it 10 ways. The winner of each battle takes 10% of whatever's made on the door. I was just like an incentive, like to the battlers and that, but every con cancelled the fucking battle, so it didn't happen.
Yeah, you really got to have a bit of a monopoly there for it to work.
But the man that's just said that, I can't remember who said, was it George Hobbs or somebody?
Yeah.
Like he's got a point, man. Like I think if battlers have got an incentive, they're more likely to turn up, 100%, man. But then at the same time, it's hard to play. It's hard to pay. I don't know, fucking Domsky one. Like, I mean, you can't justify paying him because nobody's coming to watch him. He's just there on the card, languishing at the bottom somewhere. So. You can't really pay battlers like, unless they were going out there and, if they were selling tickets or some other kind of promotion. I don't know, man. It's such a tough scenario that we're in right now, man. I don't know what the answer is, but there's got to be an answer, man. And it's got to be found. Yeah.
I mean, there is hope with the Premier Battle scheme, and if you're a bit like me, you're a bit of an ostrich in the sand sort of thing. Like, I've not really paid too much attention until this point. But, it's there. But it's always been there. Battles have always fell through, unfortunately. But there is this core of talent and fans. And we've got, Soul versus Bobby coming up, for example, on Premier Battles that I'm really excited for, that I'm pretty certain would go down. People talking about Luigiano in the chat. Shout out Luigiano yet again. There is a way the battlers get paid, but I'm not giving away that idea for free, says Dragon Music Lair. Thank you very much. He also asks, does Ted think there needs to be more creativity in battle rap matches, rumbles, concept matches, etc.?
I don't know. I think a lot's been done already, and generally it doesn't generate the same kind of views that a standard kind of 3-round battle has. They just kind of novelty. I find a lot of it corny, to be honest, man. Like, I'm pretty sure Dialect's been dressed as Batman twice. I'm sure he has.
Yeah, maybe he has. Yeah.
That's corny, that is, man. Like, I'm not really feeling that too much. I don't think that's the way to save battle rap. I think it does need to be, it does need to appeal more to a mass market. So, kick off all that forum shit, all those forum jokes and in-jokes that nobody's going to get, because
that's easier said than done, though, isn't it? It's like, a lot of people say that, like, oh, it'll never get popular because it's like, but I like it because of that. It is battle rap because of that. It's like, if we broaden it and popularise it, it's like, it's just an insipid tasting version of what I love. Yeah,
it's just watered down then, isn't it?
Because if someone references
niche market.
Blunt Ted CY, it's like, the average Joe's not going to give a fuck, but I'll be like, yeah, I remember that. Like,
yeah, man. I'm sure it's one of
Classic.
your favourite battles.
One of my favourite battles of all time, that battle, just because it's like, I don't know, it's just justice is served.
Guy was an absolute fuckwit.
When you like
Fucking
battling him, or you like spoke to him recently or something?
Yeah, recently he got in touch again and like.
Oh, we should say, by the way, what did you expose him for in the battle?
Well, basically, it was like one of his mates had been caught downloading pictures of all the battlers' kids from the Facebooks and turning them into memes, but like just sexualizing the children, man. And like for me, I just thought that's fucking disgusting. And then CY joined in and made a joke out of it and was like, "Oh, it's not that bad." But I just thought, well, that's it. You fucked it now. You know, I had just 3 rounds of bullshit for him, like nothing really there. And then 2 days before the battle, that happened, so I just rewrote the 3rd round. I just thought he's having it, man. And,
so people need to go watch that. It's pretty monumental, really. Are you gonna be coming to the Battle Resume event? Scam's asking, Ted.
I don't think I'm going to make it because it's on the same day as my dad's birthday.
Of course, it's a far away as well. I wouldn't expect it, but yeah.
I did want to get on the card originally, but I think by the time I'd realised like it was just too late, man. I think the flyer was already out there, man. And then I got offered, was it Lex? I think when somebody had backed out, I think, can't remember, was it Shawnee B or somebody? I think he's in the chat. Is he still Shawnee B? Yeah, he backed out. So,
Tommy Kaboom asking, instead of listing unreliable dudes, who are some battlers who are reliable every time? Well, Soul, like we said, Dialect, I think, is very reliable. Who else are those guys out there? Frankie's very reliable.
Frankie.
Canel,
I think Mata shows up. Canel's very reliable, man.
Pedro,
I don't think Canel's actually cancelled a single battle.
No, Canel's work ethic. I think I had him on the show recently, and he's battled so many guys this year alone with so much brilliant material.
I think he started battling like a year and a half after me, and he's done more battles than I have now. So like, and I've done loads, so he's done fucking absolute shitloads, man. But he's grafted. He's put the work in, man. He's been around the world, like he deserves it all, man. Yeah, same with Mackenzie at the minute. Like,
yes, Mackenzie.
Like, I just want to say about Mackenzie, like he's so fire, man. Like, why the fuck is he not getting? And he turns up every single time. Why is he not getting booked for these big opponents, like on UK soil? Like, I feel bad because he has to fly around all over the world to go and get these opponents, man. You spend some money. Like, I'm just somebody out there, man. Somebody.
Mackenzie versus Shocks,
just give him a good battle, man. Mackenzie versus Shocks. Wow. That'd be a bar fest, man.
Right? Something like that. Some sort of, He
deserves it, man.
Yeah.
He's earned it. Like, and he's put the work in for King of the Ronalds. Like, I think he always shouts King of the Ronalds everywhere he goes. He deserves it, man.
Yeah.
He deserves a shot. He's always there. Yeah. So, give him that chance, man.
Yeah, those are a few examples. Yeah.
But there's a lot of batters out there, like Bombshell as well. Like, she's
that's a good shout.
So, Magic Mike, like he's pretty much like always there, man.
Yeah, he has. Yeah.
And I still want to see Magic Mike versus O'Shea. I don't know how no league has booked that yet.
I mean, that's Dub Scandal, right? It's got to be in the future.
It could happen on there. I think King of the Ronalds, like I think maybe
like a farewell battle. Wow, yeah, that's good.
I think that's where it should happen. Like personally, King of the Ronalds, not even just being a bias thing.
No, I think you're right. Ronalds,
but yeah, I think that's where it should be, man. But King of the Ronalds versus O'Shea. O'Shea versus Magic Mike needs to happen. Another one I'd like to see as well is Magic Mike versus Pedro.
Yes. Yeah. Maybe on Ronalds that one.
Be quite funny.
Yeah.
Another Ronalds battle.
Another Ronalds one I think fits. Yeah. P Soldier in the chat saying that he actually got Luigiano a Don't Flop battle and he pulled out. So there we go. Shout out P.
Luigiano's fucking trash, mate. P, why the fuck did you get fucking Luigiano a battle, man? Like, he's trash, man. Like, I'm trash, but he's trash, man. He's trash and fat. Like, it's a terrible combination. Yeah. I'm glad he didn't turn up to that.
Yeah, Laugh and Stalk in the chat as well. Thank you, man, saying the Battle Resume event is spicy. So, again, people listening, August 25th, that is going down in Hyde Park. Little free event we're throwing, so please attend there. But yeah, battle-wise, Ted, just to look, there's two more that I don't think we've spoken about. The first one of which was a bit controversial, though, GEE.
Oh shit, yeah, a little bit controversial, man.
Right.
That was a bad time, man. I had a lot of shit going off in my life. Like, I think a lot of people on the forums and that know all the shit that was going off. But basically, it was all Graz's fault, man.
Okay.
It was all Graz's fault because he turned up. I think he'd been like working at a job at some bar that closed down, and when it left, I think he took like excuse me. I think he took like 10 bottles of vodka. He had like whiskey, tequila, all kinds of shit with him, which ended up getting consumed on the way down there. Turned up, don't remember anything. Apparently, I slapped my dick on the table to scrappo, maybe. Wow. And then, yeah, proceeded to fucking headbutt G-double 4 bars into a title match. Terrible day, man. Terrible day.
What sparked that, though, that so quickly?
Do you know what it like? At the time, I took a lot of stick for that. People were saying, "Oh, you just kicked off for absolutely no reason." Admittedly, like, I probably shouldn't have kicked off and chased him around the room like Benny Hill, and then headbutted him. I shouldn't have done that. That was the bad move. But at the same time, like, if you watch the footage back and you watch what he did, like, his glass was in the middle of the floor. I accidentally kicked it over. During a battle, like, first of all, why is his glass in the middle of the floor? It's a fucking stupid place to put it. So I kicked that over. He saw I kicked it, and then he just out of temper booted the glass straight into my leg, and then that was it. After that I was gone, man. And next thing I know, I'm back in Nottingham, wondering what the fuck's going on.
Jesus, I mean,
lost my phone, everything.
Sad, isn't it? Sad to see.
I didn't really want to see that battle getting uploaded, to be honest, man. And I think yesterday it was put into like the votes for that. Was it that watch thing that somebody was doing?
Right. I'm just watching it live right now. I've never actually seen the video, so let's see what I'm scribing. You're squaring up to him. You're pushing him forward with your shoulder. Oh, Shake Spliff's involved. Danny Jack's there. Oh, fuck, man. Ugly to see.
I actually, if you notice, I actually managed to Pedro Will Spliff as well, man. Wow. Like, sorry to like Will Spliff, but I fully Pedro'd him, man. Ripped his t-shirt.
Christ. Yeah, man. It's this is turning into like a Mike Lee film or something. Watching this, so we'll go back to the questions. But you versus GEE.
Although I'm still pretty impressed how I managed to outflank like 4 of them at the door, man, and get back. Like that was quite impressive, man. But the rest of it, man, shouldn't have happened.
God, it's long as well. It's drawn out. You get to see a lot of it.
And then most of it actually happened outside after that. The camera stopped rolling, and then I think somebody knocked Pedro over or something like that. I remember him falling over. Tim Wood ended up with drink all over him. It was just crazy, man. But I remember getting outside afterwards, and Mickey like just speaking to me like, "Ted, man, what the fuck have you done?" So I don't know, man. But yeah, I just lost it. Don't want to repeat an experience like that.
No. I mean, yeah. Go watch it if you want to as a historian. But it's not the blunt Ted that we love. How was his round battle?
Drown battle. To be honest, man, like if anybody is watching this or anybody that's listening to this now, like go and watch that drown battle, man. It's probably like one of my best performances. Probably one of my best like writings that I've done. But it's not really got too many views on it, which was a bit disappointing.
Yeah,
but, I was
700 at the moment. Yeah,
700. Yeah, which it's not too bad. Obviously, it's on that Grassroots league, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, it's on a growing league.
It's not going to pick up too many. But still, I would like to have seen it get a few more, man. But I think that was one of the battles that when emailed me and Immoral, like that's one of the links that he put up for Immoral to go and watch. So we can go and like study the battles and shit. So I was happy with the battle, man.
Okay. I just want to say shout out to Ricardo Lewis as always in the stream, being so generous, donating there, saying sorry I missed most of the podcast, brother. Working that. Good to hear another live stream. Hope it's all good with you, dude. Thank you, man, Ricardo. Thank you. I really appreciate you guys supporting. Obviously subscribe to the show and all that sort of stuff if you want to. But yeah, Ted, any further battles coming up for 2018?
To be honest, I'm supposed to have like retired from battle rap like
Okay.
2 months ago, but I think I don't know if the battle with Peace Soldier. I don't know if that's been rebooked for October or not. I
Mm.
know Boski was on about it. So there's possibly that. There's Immoral, and then I think I'm just doing one. Do you know what? I won't mind doing a 2-on-2 with Magic Mike. Like when I jumped in at Code Red last week, that was actually quite funny, man.
Hmm.
I enjoyed that. So I won't mind doing one of those at some point. But yeah, I'm just trying to slow it down, really. I'm never going to get offered kind of any big opponents or anything. So it's time to just knock it on the head, I think, man.
I mean,
It's been 4 years.
who's a dream opponent? Let's say, I mean, a lot of battlers do this at the moment, doing a GoFundMe. Let's say you do a GoFundMe and you get all the money you want, and you can battle this person. Who would you love to battle?
Luigi Arni.
We can set that up
No,
right now.
I would,
Yeah, yeah. I can.
no, do you know what? I would like to battle him just because I've wanted to battle him for so long that it just feels like
It'd be epic in a way, I think. Yeah, it'd be pretty fascinating.
it'd be great, man. But I wouldn't mind battling one of the Aussie lads, to be honest, man. If they're like Ted, if he's ever in the UK,
Right.
again,
Battling for the name. Yeah.
yeah, I like Ted, man. I discovered him quite a long time ago. Just obviously searching Blunt Ted, and fucking Ted pops up, and so yeah, I've been a fan of him for a bit, man.
Mm. Yeah.
So,
Well,
he's
anyone in the live chat
great.
have got any final questions for Ted? We will get to them just before we close up the episode. Yet again, thanks, to everyone for supporting as well. And yeah, all in all, Ted, I guess, looking at the amount of battles you've had 26 battles. We've done a lot of great episodes on a lot of great battles. I mean, the JJC4 battle, which maybe people might not be aware of, is basically edited by Pigman Dan, who is, their resident, I don't know, Brad Bird, creative genius type figure in King of the Rods, who edited it like Hideo Kojima's Metal Gear Solid, the PS1
Amazing.
version, especially the sound effects, and oh my god, it's, absolute masterclass. So, I mean, you must look back fondly, even if you were to retire tomorrow with no more battles, what you leave behind is
100%,
pretty vast.
Mate, do you know what? Like the last 4 years, it's been fun, man. From like coming up at Clash Money, doing battles there, going over to King of the Ronalds, been on Dub Scandal. Yeah, it's been fucking great, man. Don't regret it at all. Don't regret it at all. This is why, even if I stop battling, I still want to have involvement with battle rap. Obviously there's a grassroots thing, but even if there wasn't that, I'd still like to have some kind of involvement, man. Just love it, man. Just love battle rap. It's why I do it, man.
Yeah, Devious Graphics asking, Ted, what do you think are the best formats for battle rap? Freestyle, on beat, or written?
Well, I'm a fan of like the freestyle era, on beat freestyle. That was kind of like the golden era of battle rap, really. And after that, it just kind of it got bigger commercially, but I think something died. Like, this is why I'd love to take it back to that freestyle era. I also think as well that could be an option, with like all these no-shows and everything, cancellations.
Yep.
If you was to throw on an event that was just, it's not versus such as versus fucking, sorry man, I'm high as fuck, man. It's not such and such versus such and such. You just have like a freestyle battle event. Whoever turns up battles. You don't have to worry about cancellations. And
we need that again, definitely.
Yeah, man. Even if it's not just as a regular format, just every now and then for a league to do that. Dialect, I think he's like our biggest hope for that in a minute with his league.
Everyday Clash, I think it's called. Forgive me.
Yeah, that's the one, man.
It, yeah.
Yeah. I'm excited about that because I was a fan of Words of Weapons.
Words of Weapons. I mean, I know a lot of people hate the dude at the top, but some great battles.
Oh, the guy's an absolute fucking melon. But Words of Weapons was class, man. Like, I'm glad that he did that, man.
Words of Weapons.
And I'd probably, if he brought it back, I'd probably still go to another event. Man.
Oh yeah. I've been to two. I went to two in Manchester, kind of around my Joy France period. And they were great. Ricardo again donating. Thank you so much, man. Saying, Ted, how you gonna EMC man shirt up? Which I'm sure.
I didn't mean to. It was just like. It just fucking
just happened, a byproduct, man. Of the Fury. Broken English saying, Ted, what do you think is your best bar, and what's the weirdest thing that you've seen at an event?
Best bar, my best bar that I've spat.
Yeah.
Wow, I don't know, man.
Yeah, it's hard.
It's hard. It's probably something during the Dran battle. Like one of the bars that I was happy with, but it was a bit hard for people to get. But I had a bar where I said something about what is it? Something about his name's DRWND. Forget what you that alias is Shabby. Forget about being drowned. You're more like Cornelius Abbey, which is Ikid. And then something about fucking, I'll take an eye out of this kid like a peaky blind. What is it? I can get violent in this shit, or do I have to remind you? I'll take an eye out of this kid like a peaky blinder.
Right.
You know, but it was all just a bit unnecessary, man. Like there wasn't really any reason to bring up iKid.
And
I just want to get peaky blinder bar in.
What's the weirdest thing you've seen at an event?
Weirdest thing I've seen at an event? Fucking hell, man. I've seen some weird shit at events, man. Probably weird things at events. I'll tell you exactly what it was. I know exactly what the weirdest thing I seen at an event was King of the Ronalds Manchester, when Blitz and Relapse went head to head in the mud. And
wow.
Mate, there's footage online, but fucking like Blitz kind of got the better of Relapse, and like he'd managed to pull his jumper over Relapse's head, so Relapse's fat belly was hanging out over his jeans, like in fact over his tracky bottoms, man. It was fucking hilarious, man. It was the shittest fight I've ever seen in my life, man. It was terrible, man. So weird, such a weird moment, man.
Yeah, okay, perfect. Well, how do we find that?
It's
just Relapse,
I think it's on one of the Ronald roundups.
So
okay. Go, like scour through all of them, or pop up on one of them. A lot of Blitz moments, I think, have ended up on Ronald Roundup, like him running up the motorway. That was, in fact, yeah, that was a pretty strange moment as well, man. If anybody's not seen that, go and watch that one. I think it's called Blitz Highway to Hell or something.
You guys really need to do. I don't know if you have done already, or I know you're not involved in it anymore. It's not really going anymore, but like a best of, like, because there was so many classic moments on the roundup.
Mm-hmm. I think there's always like talk of like doing Ronald Roundup again. And then there was talk of doing like a UK battle rap roundup as well, but I don't know if it's like something that could work again, man. It was something that happened at that time. If somebody was to edit like a best of, like that would be pretty sick. But yeah. I don't think we could ever like, bring it back as a show again. I don't think it would work anymore in that format, unless it was done a bit differently. All a bit King of the Ronalds-ish, wasn't it? It was.
It was. But there was like it looks to be about 10 episodes, I think.
Yeah, I think there's about 10. I think I'm in like the first 4, and then I think I left after like 4 or 5. Then O'Shea joined in. I think Hulk tried to like steal my position on there or something, man. He did a show on there. He tried to troll me like, "Yo, Blunt Ted, I've got your job." Blah blah blah. I can't remember what that was about. That was possibly after the G-double incident, man.
Looks like there's actually a few more episodes, up to 12 I can find. But yeah, it's crazy. Some of them are like half an hour long with all correspondence, and I'll have to do a short episode on them actually because they are fascinating. None of them have many views, sadly. I don't think any of them actually broke 2K.
I tried to watch them recently, some of them, but I got into episode 1, seen myself, and I was like 5 stone heavier than I am now, so I just switched it off again. I couldn't sit and watch that, man.
Well, this has been great, man. Obviously catching up again, going through the battles, going through the no-showing epidemic. Hopefully, if you listen to this in the future, it's gotten better. Was it just some sort of wild hysteria that were blowing out of proportion? Or does it mean the future ruin of this thing that we all hold dear? We'll find out. What will always be there will be Battle Rap Resume. We will always be there. So please support if you can. Leave us a review on iTunes. It would be greatly appreciated. Ted, yourself, anything to promote? How do people get in touch?
Fuck Danny Jack, first of all.
Wow.
I just want to add that in. But if you can get, I think Twitter, you put in Blunt Ted. If you go on Facebook, Blunt Ted. I don't think I'm on Instagram. I'm not sure. I don't think I am. So yeah, just YouTube, Grassroots, and then on the forums. See me on the forums. Still at the same time, still fuck Danny Jack as well. So just gonna add that little bit in there, but and fuck Danny Jack.
Would you guys ever battle?
I would battle him, man. He's not on it. Like he won't even unblock me, man. He won't even unblock me. He's another melon. No, he's not. He's all right, man. Like, I get on with Danny all
yeah.
right at events. He just refuses to unblock me. Like, it's just like I don't know what's wrong with him, man.
I mean, it's shout out Danny. He's a great guy. Shout out Code Red as well. Don't chat at any of the no-showers, unfortunately. That are hampering pretty much all these leagues, apart from Premier Battles to be discussed before. Go support all the leagues, though. Go subscribe. Sometimes certain leagues like Rap Is Full, for example, have like so little subscribers, and I really don't understand it because the quality of battles is so fantastic. So yeah, definitely go and support a league online, if nothing else. Ted, this has been charming as always, man. Thank you.
Yeah, brilliant, mate. Thank you very much.